we wouldn't put off doing the laundry for years. Hey folks, it's Carrie from Pretty Neat. Thanks for joining me. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. I share videos here every week about organizing and decluttering your home and adopting a minimalist mindset. So I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and stick around. Today's topic is how you will never be done getting organized. This might sound kind of depressing. It might sound like a downer, but I don't mean it to sound like that at all. And I actually hope that this will give you some encouragement. What I mean when I say that you will never be done getting organized is that this is an ongoing process. Organizing your home, decluttering, getting rid of the excess. It's something that we are going to continue to do pretty much throughout our lives. Other than people who are real extreme minimalists, most of us continue to accumulate things over time, and that means we also need to continue to get rid of things over time as well. We accept this truth that things are never going to be done about a lot of other things regarding our homes. We know that laundry is never really done. Laundry is really just kind of this ongoing process in everyone's homes. Same with any type of cleaning or maintenance. I have to clean up the kitchen every night. I am cooking, I'm getting pans and dishes dirty, and then I have to clean up. And yeah, it's a drag sometimes, and I sometimes wish that I could just snap my fingers at the end of the meal and have it all set, but I've just accepted that that's part of my evening routine. So I think we need to think about organizing and decluttering in the same way. A lot of us treat decluttering and organizing as this single task that we do. We're going to spend a weekend cleaning this one area and then it's done, and now I don't have to think about it for the next decade. And that really gets us into trouble because during that time period when we're not addressing it at all, that's when stuff is piling up. And that's when we're accumulating so much stuff that by the time it gets to be a real issue, it's a huge project. Just to share a little bit of how this manifests in my life, I am a professional organizer for my job, and I consider myself to be a minimalist. I try to be intentional about what I keep around in my home. I have run a decluttering challenge in my free Facebook group. I will link to that group down below if you're interested in joining, but I've done a number of decluttering challenges in that group, and one that I ran for several years was a decluttering challenge that I created called 5-5-30. The rules of this challenge are really simple. You spend 5 minutes a day, you look around your house and find 5 items to get rid of, and you repeat that process for 30 days. If you follow along for the entire month, at the end of the 30 days, you will have gotten rid of 150 things. So I have run this challenge in my Facebook group in the past, and for several years, I ran it twice a year, once in the spring and again in the fall. And each time I would participate in the challenge myself, which meant twice a year I was doing this challenge and getting rid of 150 things. So that was 300 things a year that I did for several years in a row. And every time I ran the challenge, I still was able to find 150 more things to get rid of, which is crazy. I will say that I include any small item in the challenge. You know, if I get rid of a tube of lipstick that is expired, that's one item. But even still, that's a lot of stuff to be turning over. Part of the reason why we need to keep revisiting the idea of decluttering our homes is because our lives are not static. Our lives are constantly changing. And for that reason, the things that we need are changing as well. This past year has been a great reminder of this. Many of us shifted from working in an office or going out and meeting with people in person to doing much more of our work virtually, working remote online. Our needs for stuff have changed if that is something that we're going to continue to do. So we probably don't need as many dress pants or dress shoes if we're working from home a lot, but what we do need is a better functioning home office. Maybe we need to invest in new technology to help us with our new remote work environment. That's just one example, but I think with all of us, our lives are going to be different going from year to year. And there are going to be different changes. We're going to take up new hobbies or activities, other things we're going to be letting go. Maybe we're in a phase where we really like cooking or baking certain things, and then we move to a new phase of life where we don't have as much time for that. All of those shifts in our lifestyle mean shifts in the stuff that we own. And I think it's important to be on some kind of regular basis evaluating the stuff we're doing, the stuff we need, and getting rid of the things that are not serving us. There are a few ways we can do this, and I recommend setting up some kind of regular reminder or having a schedule of some sort. This might mean setting some regular appointments with yourself. Maybe once a month, you select one room in your home to go through, dig into the closets and the drawers and the other storage spaces in that room and ask yourself if the stuff in there is still being used, if it's still relevant to your life. I have done these decluttering challenges periodically, and I find that really helpful. It adds a little bit of structure, and it is a reminder at certain time periods that I'm going to be going through things and I'm going to be getting rid of the stuff that is no longer relevant. I know that it can be challenging to get motivated to do this type of thing. So like I said, I have a Facebook group that is free to join, and I do periodic decluttering challenges in there. More recently, we've been doing a monthly challenge that is a shorter time frame, just 5 days at the start of each month. So that might be something that you would like to participate in. Again, I'll link to that down below. You also might make an appointment with either a friend or maybe hire a professional organizer, someone like me who does this for a living. Just having that regular appointment will kind of force you to take the time to actually address this and not just put it off for decades. Another way to build this into your schedule is to look for things in your community that are happening that allow you to get rid of stuff. So you might have rummage sales happening at certain times of year. Maybe your neighborhood does a neighborhood-wide garage sale once a year that you participate in. There are certain donatable items that are being collected at a specific time of year. I know where I live, our recycling place does technology drop-offs at certain times of year. Tying this decluttering to some event that's happening where you know you're going to be able to get rid of some of this stuff is another idea. You also might tie this to just something else that happens periodically throughout the year. Like maybe it's daylight savings time, or maybe it's the change from winter to spring. If you can tie this task of revisiting some of the stuff that's piled up in your home to certain calendar events, then that can be a good way to give you that external reminder. So the bottom line here is that our organizing and decluttering of our homes is a job that's never really finished, but it is something that we need to address on a regular basis. If we can shift our mindset to accept the fact that this is something we are going to have to revisit, then we can set aside time to do it, and we can hopefully address it a little bit at a time rather than putting it off for years and years and then feeling overwhelmed. If you can address this just a little bit, even once a month, going through specific areas of your home and paring a few things down, that will help you a lot in terms of keeping things from just continuously accumulating. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please hit the like button. That helps my channel out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe. I share new videos here every week about organizing and decluttering your home and adopting a minimalist mindset. Talk to you soon.